welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Rae Vargas. If you guys didn't know, last year I moved, was it? Yeah, it was last year. Last year I moved into my house. My parents came over, they helped me hang the fans and paint the rooms and put stuff together and pick things up, and they were a pretty big help to me in my new home. And so I wanted to come to their home, which they lived here like over 15 years now. And they've accumulated some ththings and they've done some renovations, but they don't always get 100% done. So when did you guys do this kitchen? In
2019, I believe.
2019. So
yeah.
They did like a lot of it. But it was like, it looked like macaroni and cheese with bright red countertops. That's for Micah, right?
Yes.
For Micah. Bringing it back. They renovated most of the kitchen and they did the flooring and stuff in the downstairs. But this is a big house. Did you guys get a dog?
Hey, quiet on set.
Quiet on set. So we are in a home. Our kids are here. The parents are here. And we're just gonna take this one day at a time. We're going to be doing the lighting, the backsplash that was never done. The organization, which is my personal favorite part. We are gonna go ahead and redo all of this to make it suit their lifestyles better. We are gonna show you everywhere that we got everything, how much it costs, and how long this project took us. If you guys enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up, let me know in the comments, and we will be going room by room through this entire house. The pantry's next. You have no idea. So anyway, let's get started. So our first stop for this little adventure was the Home Depot. Did you know there was a "the" in front of the words home and depot? Because I just found that out right now. We went there to get some lighting. We considered ordering lights, sourcing some stuff from different places, but ultimately I wanted this to, one, be affordable, and the lighting there is pretty damn affordable, and two, I wanted us to be able to get it done. I didn't want to have to wait around for something to show up in the mail. I didn't want anything to slow us down. So we went to Home Depot. My mom found a couple of lights that she liked. We ended up going with some LED options. We also picked up our subway tiles there because they're literally 15 cents each, you guys. Like, and subway tiles are so versatile. You can do it in a little pattern like this. We were going to, but ended up looking a little bit busy, so we just laid them flat instead. But we picked up all the little bits and bobs that you need, the grout, the this, the that. I don't even know what it's all called. And we picked up all the new electrical receptacles and faceplates too. After getting all the boring stuff from the Home Depot, I went to Marshall's because they always have great acrylic containers, little wooden accents, which I was definitely trying to add, and just different things to organize. As you can see, I found plenty. Then I went to Target, and the beauty of Target is even though sometimes the organizational stuff costs a little more, you can always go back and get more if you need it, and I did, because I discovered this Bright Room brand. Girl, get you some. They are doing great things at Target right now. So one area that we definitely need to fix is the kind of coffee and drink area. So if you come in with me, we also had some lighting issues. As you can see, it's pretty dark in here. It's one of my brothers. You guess which one? All we have is lighting from the doors. I don't think I'll be able to do it, Sandy. It's gonna be too loud. I mean, we can wait till you're done.
Your sanding is way too loud.
Do you have a finer grit?
No. Can you pretend to sand?
Yeah, that's a nice grit. That's got good grit.
Yeah, the coffee sounds like that.
Good grit.
That's a good grit.
Yeah.
All right, so as I was saying, so the coffee station, this is really coffee and beverage station. There was a lot of thought put into this when they were redoing the kitchen. We did have a beverage fridge put in. They don't take the stickers off of anything. They don't, guys. You're gonna love it. My mom does have this dope ass espresso maker over here. She calls it espresso, and no matter how much I've tried, she refuses to say it the right way. We're just gonna roll with the espresso being back here. We have a traditional coffee pot here brewing up for the crew right now. Drawers don't make any sense. Yes, a lot of drugs, Pringles, alcohol, cookie cutters, whatever you need. It could be in here, it could be somewhere else. They have a tendency to keep boxes. For what, I do not know, because they don't get rid of anything. Our thought is to do a full wall backsplash to bring in some light, reflect off of the door's lighting. The white tile should do a good job of that, of really brightening up the space. And then we're gonna be adding some shelving, and we're just gonna decorate, get some things off the counter and out of the way, out of sight, out of mind, We're also going to be redoing their fridge. They do host all of the family gatherings and stuff, so they end up with a lot of random food. And one of my absolute favorite things to do is to reorganize fridges. So I'm excited, they're excited. That's a big hunk of meat and a lot of pickles. I cannot wait. Your fridge can go from like a hot mess to just beautiful organization in no time at all. And it doesn't have to be stuff that you cannot keep up with. Doing things that they can continue to build into a habit so that we don't end up right back where we are a year from now or a month from now.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Make it work. Make it functional for you. Hey girl, first things first, you want to take everything out of the cabinets and drawers. That's what I did. And then as soon as you do that, give it a good wipe down or vacuum, whatever works for you, do it. I had my parents step out of the kitchen and then they went and sat on the couch like little cutie pies. So I felt like I had to show you this. Look at their matching slides. Back in the kitchen, Josh is blow drying the ceiling. He had to put on quite a few coats of whatever is up there. I don't know what that is, but he was patching the holes for us because what a guy. Maybe if he had a Dyson Airwrap, this wouldn't have taken all day. Those other guys are a couple more of my brothers. As you guys will come to find out, my family we really like hanging out with each other. And I don't know if our significant others enjoy that, but we all like each other too much to not hang. So here we are. Get to know the Vargas family because you're going to see a lot of us. One thing we're working on is the amount of clutter over here. I decided to take the knife block, empty it out, because one, it's like 15 years old, very dusty. As you can see, that's kind of what it does, is just collect dust. And instead, we're gonna replace that with a more modern kind of knife block that goes in the drawer, and they have the drawer space for it. It fits really long knives, it fits little steak knives, and then we also have the one like giant one back here, and then just their favorite knife sharpening tools. So definitely an upgrade. When I tell y'all that it's a family affair, it's a family affair, y'all. This is actually Solomon's grandson Angel, continuing Josh's work from earlier. He was coming in, getting it done. We appreciate ya. We appreciate ya. So I just got home. It's about 7 o'clock. After everyone kind of started leaving and taking their families home, my mom was able to come into the kitchen with me and I was able to discuss things with her as I got more into the nitty gritty. I was able to do all of the cabinets, all of the drawers, and we have so much extra space, and I really did not even get rid of that much stuff. It was just a matter of it being disorganized. And then tomorrow morning, we're going round 2, and I will be tackling the fridge, the freezer, and the mini fridge. Prepare yourself. My filmer left me today because he's the literal worst, guys. I need better help. So we're gonna tackle the fridge now. This is the front part, which opens up and can be accessed from the back. Again, my parents are obsessed with. When's the last time you guys cleaned the fridge out? Like expired stuff, clean the fridge out.
Like 6 weeks ago.
6 weeks. That's not that long. So that means.
Oh no, there's expired stuff.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that means there won't be expired things, really. When cleaning out a fridge or a freezer is one, you do one at a time, of course. You get it all out. You clean the fridge as quickly as you can, and then you get back in what really needs to go in. I have some containers from Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, etc. We'll make quick work of that, and that little beverage fridge as well. So while I started taking things out of the fridge, my mom started cleaning all of the little containers. I tried to take out everything. It was actually very tricky. This is a very tricky fridge, okay? For me, because it's not my fridge. Anyway, my mom cleaned up the containers and the, just little parts for the door while Solomon disposed of everything that needed to be disposed of. And then I went in with a cleaner, like a bleach cleaner, and really got into the nitty gritty of stuff. I will say I was confused as hell as to how to put the stuff back, so pay attention. Cleaning is vital, guys. If you're gonna organize, you might as well clean along the way. It makes it feel 10 times better. Ooh, and look at that backsplash. Yes, it was coming along. So the fridge has been completed. We have a ton of butter. They have a lot of butter. This is empty and this is empty, but they're very likely just gonna be keeping some drinks and stuff in there. We did open stuff, so this is like olives and some salsa or something somebody made, I'm not sure. And then we have like the dressings, the mayonnaise, mustard, whatever. Small jars of stuff in here. And then down here is their coffee area that they like, their milk, their creamers, their whipped cream, etc. They requested that be there, and we happily oblige. This is just the back. But then when you dip down a bit, so these are gonna move around a lot, but it's okay, they know what they have. Condensed down quite a bit. A lot of stuff was expired or just open too long, so this is just their sauces, basically. And then down here we have a couple of alcoholic drinks that they really don't reach for, so they do not need to be high up. And then working from the bottom back up, We have a drawer for veggies, but this is mostly just potatoes. I just put it in a container so they could easily clean it since potatoes are messy. And then in here, more room for fruits and vegetables, but you know, just so you know what you have, it's good to keep them out too. So I just threw a couple of these little dividers in here, and we just kind of, you know, have some veggies out and about. And then we have a meat and cheese area. So these are also in their own little dividers. You know not to keep buying cheese when you have 2 hard cheeses, 2 soft cheeses, 2 shredded cheeses, cream cheese, 2 cream cheeses, and then sliced cheese and shredded cheese, you know what I mean? Like, it's good to see it. And then they have an empty shelf that is specifically for like things that they've already cooked or made, or, you know, odds and ends that you pick up. And we have one of, again, like just oversized jars. There's this giant mayonnaise back there. And then fruits that they want to keep in the fridge or whatever. And these actually go back if they need more space, but they probably won't need it anytime soon. And then they just have orange juice, and then these are there's cooking, you know, chicken stock, beef stock, etc. So that's that on the fridge. But we're gonna move on to the freezer next. This will not have as many organizers. This will just be reorganized. We'll make it work. The name of the game is to give each shelf and each drawer a purpose so that you always know, hey, if I had some frozen corn, it's going to be in the veggie drawer. If I had, you know, ribs, it's going to be on the shelf with the pork and the oversized meats, because damn, do they have a lot of meat. My parents actually cook. Good for them. Good for them. You know, my fridge and freezer are full of like Hot Pockets and Eggos, but I digress. My parents have a lot of frozen meat, so for me it made sense to put everything back in a way where they were going to be able to see everything, know what they have, and maybe stop accidentally buying more of the exact same types of meat that they already have. You take a look, the top is your already done food and your bread right now. The second one is meat and lobster tails. You guys are rich.
This is bulk meat.
The third one is bulk meat. The second one's also bulk meat, honestly.
Yeah, it really is.
And then the next one is like your vegetables. And then there's a random pie. The next one is like your little things. So like if you go to Trader Joe's and buy boxes of stuff or whatever,
okay.
Your shrimp's in there too, just because it could go in your bulk meat section. The last one is all tomatoes. The bottom left on the door is alcohol stuff. Cool Whip, which your ice cream can also go there if you get it. And then that's all sausage and hamburgers and chicken patties. The next spot to organize is this little beverage fridge. I'm actually the one who convinced them to get a beverage fridge instead of a dishwasher when they remodeled the kitchen, because they never use the dishwasher. But then they do this with the beverage fridge. So yeah, I know it was a bold choice, but it really works for them, especially now that I've put my little touch on it. Step 1 was just to remove the stickers, including the sticky thing that's been on the outside for 2 years. Yes, I ordered Goo Gone. It didn't come in time, so all you really got to do is wet it and then, you know, a little elbow grease with the spoon. It'll be fine. This didn't take me very long at all. I ended up putting all the alcohol on the top shelf. They like making drinks. They're party people. And then just some kid-friendly stuff there, minus the Corona. And then just a bunch of water. Oh my gosh, we go through so much water when we go to their house. This was so easy, and it's so easy to maintain. Oh, and yeah, we had Angel back for another day of Will the Ceiling Ever Be Finished? And we're back for day 3. This time Juan got to come in. That is also another one of my brothers. I have many. He made these shelves for us. So he figured out how to mount them. He made the shelves, stained them, did all that. I think they look freaking boss, and they feel amazing. So Juan actually has a workshop. It's called Grove South. I'll link him down below. He does a lot of smaller wood things. I'm sure there's a better way to explain this.
I am.
You're so agile.
Maybe like some environment, like naturally. You can just
You're very agile.
tuck it right up to the top. And just like I said, oh shit.
Yeah, so you said don't get any on your hand?
You said you're not going to want
You
to
saw
get on
how
your
quickly
hand.
I grabbed that.
Those were
I
dad
said,
hands.
Slap.
Yeah.
I think some of this came out of my wrist.
And then my mom stepped in to clean up the mess. No, she actually had to wipe the whole thing down anyway because it had a little bit of like residual grout left over. Cleaning is important in this process. But this is what I was talking about. Juan made this sick chopping block, like cutting board that we left out on my parents' counter. This thing looks sick, you guys. I want one for my house. And he also makes like, sushi boards with custom little, chopsticks. And he's super talented. So the stuff that's smaller, he actually lists on his Etsy shop, which I'll have in my description box for you guys. And then the stuff that's larger, if you guys are in the area, like he did my mudroom, he did my daughter's room, he's working on my library now, he did this breadboard. His stuff is amazing. Oh my gosh, he did the book page holders, you guys. Those things are sick. I just cannot emphasize enough how nice it is when you actually touch it. Come over and touch it, guys. So finally, it's time to dress up the shelf. These are propagated plants that my stepdad did himself. I just picked out the little containers for him. That's gonna make everything smell good. And then look, my mom put her own stank on the shelf. She's got a little sign she wanted up there. These containers are from Target. I really like them because they do actually have a seal. So I added biscotti to one because Solomon likes that with his coffee. We did some sugar in another one because some people actually put sugar, not just creamer. And then the big one actually has the coffee. I asked them a million times if they were cool with the coffee being up there because they'll have to reach up to get it, and they said yes every time, so I'm gonna take their word for it. And then I kept it super duper simple. I didn't want to crowd the shelves or anything like that, and we put our espresso maker there on the counter, and the smart toaster and the little coffee pot went to the other side. You don't really see that corner from the rest of the kitchen. So that acrylic container for the syrups is clutch. It'll be linked along with literally everything else you see here. You know the queen had to go on the shelf. You know I had to put the Gainses up in here. Dude, you can't get away from them. Like, you really can't, because I'm using them in this clip as well. So this is from the like Magnolia stuff that's at Target, and so is this cookbook, of course. It's still on that page too. I hope they make those huevos rancheros one day. This little tray also came from Target. They don't keep a lot of stuff on their counter, but I wanted them to have the things that were, you know, being used every day in a specific place instead of just running around. So I did add this little French butter thing for them. I thought that was so cool that you can always have like soft butter goals. Can you believe we're done, my friends? This was overflow spices and oils. I kept it as such. I just put the bulk items up top, rearranged their containers, and that was about it. The cups and stuff, again, they've pared down a lot since redoing the kitchen. This just needed a little organization, so we added a stacker, and I took everything out of the plastic and cardboard. Same thing with this. They don't have too much stuff. They just need it to look a little bit cleaner and better. And so I added a couple more of those stackers. Those are from Target, and those were hella clutch, dog. Those were like really nice. This I actually liked for the cookbooks, but the Tupperware didn't make sense up there. So I ended up replacing it with this empty shelf, which is for candles. And those candles that you see, I found those in the kitchen. All of them. This drawer made no sense. Apple Watch, seeds, backsplash, honey sticks, antibacterial wipes. Yeah, now it makes sense. Cutting boards, pot holders, bulk, kitchen-y, gadgety thing. They do love a good gadget in that house, I will not lie. This stuff just needed a little bit of organization, so we just kind of reworked it, put like items together, got those freaking candles out of there. And then I used some dividers just to kind of help it from looking too overly cluttered. And then we just took into account whatever they use most went up top. This drawer I thought would be really well suited for the utensils because it's so wide. So 4 dividers, you kind of pair the utensils together like plastic with plastic, wood with wood, etc. Dude, these little removable dividers, oh, life-changing. Life-changing. Well, maybe not life-changing, but they're pretty boss.
Did you organize her spice drawer?
No, she took this idea from me at my house. I gave her the exact link for the spices, so she's getting a thumbs up for this drawer. This drawer was pretty neutral, but there wasn't a need for that pot to be so lonely by itself. So we put the Tupperware type stuff, their meal prep stuff down there, and it fit way better. And then over here, you see how they still had not unhooked these utensils 2 years later, you guys? I can't. We replaced that with the knives because that separator, that divider right there, it fit perfectly. And I ended up moving the silverware over here, and I just bought this expandable tray, which is perfect for the little odds and ends that you might have with your silverware. This is one of 2 junk drawers. This one is more specific to Solomon. So I made sure to talk through with him what needed to stay and what didn't. And this little subdivider worked perfectly, you guys. Underneath that, my mom used to keep all these lasagna pans because she like makes lasagna for like families in need. It's a whole thing. Found somewhere else for those pans. So instead we made this like a sushi board area. My brother made all those boards. Super boss. These were like bits and bobs that needed to go. And we replaced it with the cookie sheets. I even convinced them to replace their 20-year-old cookie sheets. I know. Amazing. This is our second junk drawer, but that's a utility junk drawer. So it'll house mail, scissors, lighters, etc. And then we have the coffee and tea drawer beneath that with room to grow because their coffee stuff was originally in 4 drawers. Now it's in 1 with room to grow underneath. And that is it, you guys. This is our before. You can see we had like a phone jack, a cable jack. We covered those up. because who needs those? We certainly do not. And look at it. Isn't she gorgeous, honey? We took out this old light and replaced it. We also moved those recess lights. We just covered them. The last thing we did was just replace the outlets. We just kind of updated them with new ones that were like low profile. Made a really big difference in my opinion. So I'm so excited to say that we are officially done at my parents' house. We went ahead and organized everything. We made sure to keep the counters relatively clear. This was obviously a group effort, and from conception to today, it's only been 2 weeks. So I am personally, knowing myself and my family, blown away by the fact that we actually got this done. But I really wanted to help my parents out with the organization in their kitchen. It's not that things were so crazy and things were so, you know, messy or whatever. It's just that it wasn't organized to best suit them. So I made sure to ask them a lot of questions along the way. I think they really are enjoying the fridge and freezer organization. It has been about a week and a half or so since I organized, and it's been going really well for them. They know what they have, they know what they don't have, they're not overbuying. It's really working out. And then we went minimalist with the shelves and with the counters, just because my mom prefers to have cleaned off counters, so it just made sense to put things that were supposed to be there, and everything else had to find a new home. I would say as far as the organization went, the drawer dividers were like invaluable. I get mine on Amazon. They're like 30 bucks for a 4-pack. Those things are the bomb. I use them, pardon me, I use them all over my house. They are perfect for subdividing, and I think that's what like you really need when it comes to having a drawer that has to serve kind of many functions, or you just need a little bit of division because it helps you keep your organization and it helps you to keep things looking tidy. You know where everything goes. And for our junk drawers, which you're allowed to have junk drawers, you don't need a million of them. You just need more division. So I bought like subdividers for the junk drawers, and it really has worked out. Like I said, they were here kind of telling me what they needed, what they didn't need through the whole process. Just make everything make sense and make it suit you so that you have a less cluttered life. So shout out to everybody that was helping out. My brothers with the lighting, this new recessed light above this little area is awesome. This was my cousin who did this. The backsplash came out really pretty, and we went with a really affordable tile, which is just a plain white subway tile. We did a light gray grout. It came out really pretty, really opens up the space, really brightens up the space. It's such a huge transformation for them, and I know they're so excited about it. So I really look forward to diving into more parts of this house. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It's been fun hanging out with family too, so I think we're just gonna continue this. So next up is my parents' pantry. Stick around if you wanna see their laundry room slash pantry, mud room, the whole thing. Stick around if you want to see that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different. We're gonna have some growing pains. If you have suggestions on different things you know that we could do, or maybe things you would like to see, let me know. I want you to be able to see what it actually costs to do something like this. We did have family as some labor, so we got a little bit of a discount there, but for the most part, these are just the regular prices that I paid at, you know, whatever stores I shopped at. So I will link everything that I possibly can down below, and that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.